What's up, guys? I had a good week. A crazy holiday week, but a good week. I got a lot of comic books that I've been waiting for in the mail. A lot of them took almost 6, 7 days. I mean, the mail was just sluggish at best. And last week, I was worried that I wasn't even going to be able to have a video. This week, I'm like almost 2 weeks ahead. So it all just kind of came in at once. I don't know what the hell's going on, but the mail's crazy. But I had a good week. I have a few more in the mail, and just a lot. I went to the comic book store too, and I got a lot of good deals over there. They had a sale. It was the first time I've even seen them have a sale. So, but anyway, let's get right into it. Swamp Thing 37, first appearance of John Constantine, and one of those key issues, especially if you're a Constantine fan. I should have had this a long time ago, and actually, I've been looking for this for a year. When I found it at the right price, I didn't get it. I passed on it for some reason. I think it was because it was just low on my priority list. This was a year ago. And, as the year progressed, it just got higher and higher on that priority list. And by the time it was actually up there, one of my high priority books, it was just overpriced. It was more than I wanted to pay. I didn't want to pay $50, $60 for it. That's what a lot of people, are trying to get. Yet a year ago, people could barely get $35, $30 for it. But anyway, I'm rambling. I finally found it the right price at $34. It's in very fine condition. It has almost no issues at all. And a lot of these have a spine issue, like a manufacturer spine issue. And I know it must be a manufacturer issue because CGC lets it slide all the time. They'll give it a 9.4, a 9.6, even with all these creases on the spine. I don't know. But I've seen this comic book plenty of times to know. And this one does not have it, so I'm happy with it, and I can finally move on. Finally, right? After a year. Well, anyway, I picked this one up a year ago. It goes perfectly with it. Hellblazer 1. Constantine, his own title. It's the first appearance of Papa Midnight. It's 9.6. I mean, don't they both go with each other so well? I can't believe it took me a year to find the other one. But they go well with each other, and I wish, I might get it graded. I kind of wanted it graded, but you know what? I wasn't going to be picky. This one's graded. This one was $38, and it came with a Constantine action figure. It was a good throw-in. It wasn't that expensive. It was at auction. I was going to, you can get it for $15 to $20 online. Some places cheaper if you can find it. I never find this at a comic book store. But, I mean, they go well with each other. I'm happy with it. And here's another one that goes perfectly with those. Hellblazer 2, first cover appearance of Papa Midnight. And these are all good reads, man. I love this series, and I love the movie Constantine. And my girlfriend's probably a bigger fan than I am of these Constantine movies, and she loves the comics too. And she's really happy to have. We're both happy to have these, honestly. And I think I could finally move on. There might be one or two low priority issues that I'm trying to get for Hellblazer, but other than that, I'm moving on. I had a good week, and I can't even show everything that I got this week on this video. So maybe next week. I'm on vacation next week, so I should have more than enough time. Anyway, here we go. Sorry, Green Arrow. One, the miniseries. And it's his first solo comic, and it's a really, cheap comic book. I'm surprised how cheap it is, I got this and part 2 of the series for $4.50 with shipping included, So that's how cheap it is, and I'm just surprised that it's at that, it's just that cheap. I can't believe it, but great read. The other one was a good read too, and you can see how they really did take a lot from these comics for the show, and they did their research, and reading these comics makes you appreciate the Arrow show a little bit more too, because they got a lot of things right. This is a good read because it's a little different from the series, but you can just tell that it has the same rhythm. It's cool, it was a good one. Here we go, another one, Green Arrow 2. or Green Arrow 2, part 2 of 4 in the miniseries. This was one with Vertigo in it. It was a cool one. They were both just good, and it's nice to read them and realize that, the show was inspired and loosely based on this, but it is based on it, and it was a good read. Good show, good read. I'm getting close to having all the Arrow stuff I need. I'm still looking for Tales of the Teen Titans 48. And I think that would actually be probably the last one I'd get from the whole, Arrowverse, whatever. Batman 635 is the first appearance of Jason Todd as the Red Hood. And this is a comic book. I've kind of had it on my radar for a while. I didn't want to pay more than $10. I didn't even want to get close to that, actually. This one right here was at $10. But I knew I could negotiate with the guy, and I went up there. Didn't even have to negotiate. There was a sale going on. I didn't even realize. I got this one half off. I got it for $5. And I got a bunch of other ones. I walked out of there with 7 comic books for $10. So I had a good week over there, and I was just surprised because they don't ever have sales there. And I don't know why, but I thought the guy was just happy to see me, honestly, because I kind of stopped going there for a while because it was just, I don't know, just bad customer service every now and then. They just got workers there that don't really care too much about his customers. But anyway, I'm rambling. Here's another one here. Here's my dollar comic, Hawkeye 1. Found it in a dollar bin, nothing too special, but I always told myself, if I see this in a dollar bin, I'm getting it. I believe it's his first solo comic. I could be wrong about that, but I think that's why I kind of remember this comic. It's been a while. But it's in fine minus condition. It's probably a little brown. But for 90 cents, come on. Who's going to pass it up? Green Arrows over there for $4.50, $4.80. Who's going to pass those up? Here's another one. Deadshot #1. Just a solo. It's a modern age one for sure, but for 90 cents in the dollar bin, who's going to pass it up? I had my brother in the dollar bin just digging. I gave him a list of things to look for, and I'm like, when you find this, just show me. Just kind of like criteria so he can look in these dollar bins, because he doesn't really know much about comic books. But he's at the comic book store with me, and I'm going to get some use out of him. I had him in there working. But we found a lot of other comic books, actually. In the dollar bin, I'll show you that next week. I just had so many comic books this week that I didn't even want to try to attempt to put too many in there, But I had a crazy week. It was good, but I'm exhausted. My budget is just hanging in there for dear life. I mean, I'm surprised I haven't broken my budget for Christmas or comics this month, but I'm getting there. It can't take much more. I get paid Friday, so it'll be better on Friday, but my budget can't take much more before I break it. Yeah, but I had a great week. Had a good year. I was sitting there with a bunch of key issues for the year, and I'm sure a lot of collectors have done this. You just sit there with your key issues just kind of surrounding you or on wherever your favorite spot is. Mine's my computer desk. I bought a newer computer desk, and it's just huge. It's crazy. But I had them all up there. I'm looking at it. I'm kind of mesmerized. My girlfriend's just kind of sitting there wondering what the hell I'm doing. And I'm trying to convince her to stand there with me, and she's... I guess she doesn't feel the same way about them as I do, but it was just a crazy year. I got key issues that I didn't think I'd get by the end of the year. I thought it would take me 2 or 3 years to get them, And the year before this, I kind of had... I started collecting in 2012. And I started collecting kind of lightweight. And then I kind of started getting a little bit more hardcore. And that's kind of when I stopped. I was like, you know what? I'm getting too hardcore about this. I'm buying, I'm spending too much money. And it's just, people want too much money. So I'm like, I'm just going to neglect it for a little bit. Then a year ago, I started to, just spend a little bit more money. I was coming into a little bit more money. And I just wanted to buy a few more key issues. But I would never have guessed that I would get to that point where I just have, you know, so many key issues. I might make a video, might not, I'm not sure. Just, you know, it's a lot to go through. But yeah, I had a great week. You know, I've seen a lot of videos, some nice stuff out there. You know, keep hauling, keep making videos. You know, I'm going to keep making videos for as long as I can. You know, I'm 2 weeks ahead, so I'm happy for now. But yeah, have a good holiday week, and I'll see you guys next time. Bye.